We've got a lot of products and solutions that really help our apparel decorators achieve some really premium looks. I've shown you embroidered patches, I've shown you chenille, I've even shown you the newest product, which was called flex embroidery, that gives you that stitch look, but also being able to create some really cool details and free-floating text. But what about a product called Sport Stitch that is twill with actual stitches that's just heat applied? Keep watching as I show you how to decorate with Sport Stitch. All right, out of all of those products that I showed you just a second ago, chenille, embroidered patches, flex embroidery, and now Sport Stitch. Sport Stitch is not a brand new product for us, but we haven't really shown it on Headwear, so now is the perfect time. Guys, this is twill with a stitch and another layer of twill with another stitch with permanent adhesive on the back. Now, when we're talking about efficiency, it's extremely important in your apparel decoration business that you are efficient, and more people at trade shows are coming to us looking for ways to produce headwear in a much faster timeline without having to jeopardize quality, without having to jeopardize the availability of decorating on a variety of different types of caps. And due to heat printing technology and innovations, we have been able to produce equipment that helps achieve incredible premium results in 30 seconds to say a minute. Now, this Sport Stitch, it only applies for 20 seconds, so super quick. This is going to be an easy video. I'm going to use the 360 hat press, and I'm going to show you just how to do it. So let's go get set up and decorate some hats. Now, our Hotronix 360 IQ hat press does have upper and lower heat, and that's how we were able to create both of these hats. This is the press that I used to create this 4-patch look, as well as apply the new flex embroidery. Now, for Sport Stitch, we don't have to use this bottom heat, so we're actually going to turn that heat off. That way we are only utilizing top heat. It's at a low temperature of 300 degrees for 20 seconds, so low temp, super quick. We're gonna have a completely custom twill hat done in about under 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and get loading, and we can zoom in and I can show you how to turn off and on that lower heating element. All right, so right here, you can see right now our temperature is set at 302. It's actually set at 300, but we do have a couple of degrees fluctuation. And the other thing that I wanna show you is if you notice right here, well, here I am adjusting buttons. There's 3 dashes to show me that our lower platen or our lower heating element is actually turned off. So if I touch that, you can see right here it says on, there's a check mark and an X. So an on means I'm doing just that. I'm going to turn on our heating element. I don't want that on, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it back off. Now, that is the easiest way to really get some versatility out of the press. There are some materials that just don't need that lower heat. So please feel free to turn that off and utilize the press at a low temperature with that upper heating element. So I've shown you the transfer solution that we're using, but check out this hat. This is a hat from Blank, BLVNK Headwear. And guys, this is called the Vanguard Tech Snapback. It is a performance stretch. It's got laser perforated back panel, as you can see, and it does have a mid-height crown. Now, we are gonna leave this on here, but you can easily pop this off. Actually, we are just gonna pop this off. I'm not using our print pad today. I'm gonna just be using our cover sheet. You want to make sure that you lift this sweatband. This is a nice thick performance sweatband, and because it is so thick, it's definitely going to get in the way if we didn't lift that up when it came to application. So I'm just going to scoop over our heating element, and then I am going to flip up this lever to lock it into place. Now I'm just gonna kiss this, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I have a little bit of an air bubble where I'm going to be placing the transfer, and I wanna make sure that our hat is as smooth as possible. Now we don't have any lower heat on this, where typically you would have that heat come up, warm up that adhesive, and then it would kind of already lock it into place. Because I wanna make sure that our logo isn't going to adjust as we pull that heating element down, I am going to use some thermo tape. So just taping that into place. And then I have cut a small piece of craft paper that I'm just going to place over that. Lock it into place. Remove. Flip the lever down, and then I'm just gonna lift that thermo tape up, and my hat is complete. Now to add a little bit of extra pop, what we're gonna do is just rotate our hat to the side. And I'm going to take a PVC logo here. That is our mascot, and we're actually going to put it on the side of the hat. One thing I wanted to show you today is that we can actually decorate 360 degrees on this cap. So that's exactly what we're going to do, just to give you a little bit of an extra opportunity to show your customers exactly what you can do to create some premium customized hats. So we're going to just go about right there. Now, our lower heating element has been turned on, so this is pretty hot, and as it's warming up, it's going to start warming up that adhesive on this PVC. So even though we're at an angle, this is already starting to grip, especially because of that lightweight performance material. Now, before I bring down that heating element, I want to make sure that our hat is actually in the correct shape. That way we're not going to be adding any creases or anything additional in terms of characteristic to this hat that we don't need to. 30 seconds. All right, our cap is complete. And now we've got a nice twill logo on the front, and then we've added some fun character of the PVC patch on the side. All right, so this is what the Vanguard Tech Hat from Blank looks like. Now, before you guys say anything, I know that this is a little bit of a different color than this. And this is also why it's important to have correct colors in your artwork, especially when you are doing something custom. But I think it still looks great. You get the idea. We were able to do 2 different types of locations on this performance cap. And you know what? On the inside, there's not a lick of stitches. So we've been able to skip the stitch for several different products now, whether it's a blanket, whether it's headwear, whether it's jackets, backpacks. I've shown you a couple of different products, again, touching on that flex embroidery. You guys seem to have loved this. And then of course, even when you want to do mixed media patches on hats, we still don't have to do any type of stitching. This is giving us that great traditional look, and especially in a sports kind of vintage, retro, traditional feel of twill on twill with an actual stitch. We've been able to achieve that with Sport Stitch. Now, this is something where we could have chosen to do an acrylic felt top layer instead of just your traditional twill to give it a little bit of extra texture and dimension. But either way, this is something that is timeless, and whether you're on the team or in the stands, somebody will want to wear this. Thanks so much, guys. Kelly Walters here. Thanks for tuning in and staying up to date with education and the latest trends when it comes to heat printing solutions. Happy decorating.